Hey, what's up? Otaku Mike here. Let's talk about TMNT issue number 5. This one is an interesting read. So, our issue starts out with somebody we have seen throughout periodically, sporadically through the last 4 issues, which is District Attorney Hale. And District Attorney Hale is in charge of the new foot patrol, like sort of protection police force within New York City at the moment. And he is kind of being questioned slash ridiculed about what he's actually doing from the reporters that are talking to him outside of like the court like offices and whatnot. And they're asking him, why is he using these foot soldiers to basically target possibly mutants and stuff like that? And he kind of basically turns these foot soldiers on the crowd, and they start attacking the citizens. Then we kind of go into Hale's backstory. We end up finding out that Hale is nothing really all that important growing up. Nobody really knows he exists. He doesn't get picked on at school or ridiculed for his weight, stuff like that. Like nobody bothers with him whatsoever. The only people that actually want to know what's going on in his life are his parents. And one day we actually find out that his parents actually end up getting murdered by somebody who possibly looked like an animal. And while Hale is rising through the ranks of the DA's office, kind of gaining momentum and stuff like that, one night he actually is at a bar. He's kind of bad mouthing mutants and whatnot. And who happens to show up but Bebop and Rocksteady? And they beat the ever living tar out of him. But they end up dragging him off and actually taking him to Karai, the leader of the Foot Clan. And Karai basically has a proposition for him. Because, the Foot Clan, they're all about power. And what they actually do is they actually, quote, track down the mutant who was responsible for Hale's parents' death. And he's like, hey, no, that's not the guy. You're lying to me. And she's like, am I? You'll just have to find out. Join us and we'll basically we'll help you out with your political needs. We end up flashing back to present day where the abuse of power is currently going on with these foot soldiers and stuff like that. But who happens to show up but Casey Jones himself? And he's like, I gotta help these people. Casey unfortunately gets taken down and taken to DA Hale. And we find out that Hale's plan is to basically take out the mutant borough in New York. Because originally there were only 5 boroughs, but nowadays there are actually 6 boroughs. And Casey's like, no, you can't do that. That's uncalled for. These people's lives in your hands. And I'm not going to spoil it, but something bad happens to Casey Jones, and I'm a little worried. All right, so let's take a look at the art. I want to say here is your art team right there. Or creative team, I guess you could say. I misspoke a little bit in the last episode or video I did about the TMNT. I don't think these are not the current ongoing artists for this particular run. I believe it's still a guest artist, if I remember correctly. Please comment down below if I am wrong. But yeah, this issue is so different. It's such like a pull the rug out from me, I feel like. And a really interesting, gritty, not as gritty as the last issue, but it was decent artwork. I feel like it was a lot of it kind of reminds me of the Penguin crossed with the Kingpin, and that's so weird to say. But yeah, there's not a lot of action in this particular issue. A lot of talking heads until we kind of get to the end of this, where we end up seeing Casey Jones and stuff like that. And there's Karai. I wonder what's up with her glowing eye. How did she get that glowing eye? I really want to know. But yeah, it's good. It's good artwork. It's not my favorite out of the guest artists so far. But I do think it's actually like it's decent. Like it's not terrible, I feel like. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's just average in my opinion. I have to say, this issue was very interesting. In a way, like they've shown Hale sporadically throughout the past couple issues, like sort of building things up. Like he's like the mystery man kind of, and to really show his everything, his all of his cards sort of on the table and his origin story and stuff like that. Like he is not your typical like um TMNT bad guy, to say the least. He very much kind of reminds me of, I want to say, kind of like the Kingpin, but a little more like smarmy and like weak, and not as like a big imposing figure. He just really knows how to kind of manipulate the system, it seems like. And I'm really interested to see where things are gonna go forward, because I feel like we definitely subvert the expectations of us, the readers, and knowing like, hey, this isn't your typical villain, and like, where exactly is this gonna go? Because like the turtles don't really show up in this issue at all, and we find out like he's the one who actually sent the Foot Clan after the turtles to take them out, because that was one of the tasks that was assigned to him from the Foot Clan, is to take out the Foot Clan enemies, which are the four turtles. And I'm interested to see what happens to Casey. I hope he is okay. No spoilers, but something does happen to him in this. Um, yeah, this was a pleasant surprise. Like, I didn't really know that we were going to get an origin story in this for like your new character. I find him kind of interesting. Like, I hate him. I hate him as a bad guy already, because he's like, he's not the Shredder. You know, he's not Baxter Stockman or whatever. He's like a different kind of bad guy, and I'm kind of here for it. Like, I kind of like love to hate this guy, because he's just a big like piece of shit in all intents and purposes. But yeah, things are getting interesting in TMNT, and I am here for it. Just saying. But let me know your thoughts down below. Are you reading this? Are you not reading this? I would love to hear your thoughts. Comment down below. Like, subscribe, share the video. I'm Otaku Mike, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.